What do you make of these strikes?
Well, I think it's a quick political win by Trump. You could tell from his statement he kept it pretty broad, pretty open-ended, but this is a great way for him to differentiate himself from Obama, and he's been looking for opportunities to do that. The big risk was in any risk of Russian casualties on the battlefield, and it sounds like Rex Tillerson's phone call with Lavrov earlier did not go so well, but the U.S. did notify the Russians beforehand to get out of Dodge. The Iranians also did. And so the risk of the Russian casualties was mitigated to some degree here. Of course, Russia, Iran, Syria can still play spoiler on the battlefield, and that's something that the U.S. will need to watch for.
It's interesting, Reva, because we've just got this Reuters reporting, according to state TV, that Syrian military sources are saying U.S. military strike on the Syrian airbase led to losses. As yet, this is unconfirmed by ourselves. But you're talking about the Russia relationship, and that seems to me to be fairly key here, because there are a couple of fairly significant foreign relationships that lie in the balance here. One is the relationship between the U.S. and Russia, and the other is the relationship between the US and China, given that Trump and Xi are sitting down together as we speak and breaking bread, essentially. Do you think that this was an attempt to refocus or to shift attention away from the US-China relationship at this particular point in time?
To the contrary. This is something that actually gives China and North Korea pause. Remember that North Korea is due to launch another nuclear test really any day now. There are already signs of preparation for that. And what the Trump administration wants to show is that it is willing to take action. There was a lot of speculation in the Chinese press ahead of Xi's visit that, this president, the U.S. president, is all bark and no action. This is Trump saying, no, I am a man of my words. When I make a threat, I will follow through. And that is certainly something the Chinese and the North Koreans will be thinking about.